Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we'll be talking about structuring content in a web document. So we'll be using these topics like we will be adding attributes to the HTML tag, we'll be working on the div element, we'll be working with the semantic elements, some special characters, viewport, we'll try to debug and validate the HTML document, and at the end we'll try to convert the HTML document into XHTML document. So let's talk about attributes. Attributes is an additional code that we add into our HTML tags. For example, we have a HTML tag here. Okay, in this HTML, if I add an additional code that is lang is equal to en, this will tell the whole page that the language of this web page is English. So this is the additional code, that is what we call attribute. Now, for example, I want to tell my browser that this page is using the character set of UTF-8. Now, UTF-8, by the way, is for your English web page. So UTF minus F minus 8. So UTF is a character encoding scheme that we are using for our web page. So this is the character set is the attribute for this meta tag. And by the way, this meta tag always come within the head. You understand? So within the head tag, it always come inside. So now the div element. Div element is very useful for grouping the content. So for example, I want to group the content, these contents, okay? So I want to group this content into a div element. So what I can do is I can group them by writing div on the top and closing the div at the bottom. Now I group these two into one element. And now, by the way, this div is a parent element to h2 and paragraph. So we'll talk about parent element inshallah in our future lectures. So okay, if I save it, Control S, okay, and then I refresh my page on the browser, you see, you will not find any change because this doesn't make any change, but it is telling the browser, the user agent, the browser, Google Chrome, that this language will be English. So no more mistakes. Meta characters, okay, the characters encoding scheme we are using is UTF-8, and this div element is, so it doesn't show anything on the screen. So now the semantic element. Remember, every HTML element, this body of H1 and H2 and paragraph, these elements have special meaning. When you read the P, you think of a paragraph. That is the semantic value of this HTML tag. When you read the H2, you think of a heading. So this is the semantic value of this HTML tag. If you read, for example, if you read the header, we have a header HTML tag. When you read the header, what comes into your mind? Oh, this is a heading. So that is the semantic value of this page. Similarly, we do have a footer. Okay, so when you read the footer word, it comes to your mind that, oh, this should be displayed on the bottom of the screen. Okay, so this is what you can think of. We do have some other HTML elements that has a special semantic value. For example, nav is for navigation. We do have an article. Okay, that means that this is the main document content. We have an aside, which will be on the left side, or the right side of the document. So we have some different HTML element that has special semantic values. Now, special characters. Special characters is very interesting. Now, this minus sign, I want to replace it with the bullet. So what I will be doing is I need special characters. So I have a special characters, for example, and $8226 semicolon. This special character or this special code will bring a bullet for me. Let me show you on the page. Now if you see here, can you see that this converted to the bullet now? Before it was a dash. Look at this dash. Okay, now if I type and $8226 semicolon, I press Ctrl S, save the document and refresh the page, this is converted to a bullet. By the way, I just made a mistake here and I don't put the and sign, okay, because this and sign has a special meaning. Run it. Now you see that I got 8226 semicolon. So this and has a special meaning. Similarly, we do have, if I want to display less than, but you know the less than has a special meaning that starts the tag. If I want to use the greater than sign, it has a special meaning, means it is closing the tag. So if I have this kind of situation, then what should I do? I should be using special characters. So for example, I want to use and, maybe this and will be displayed properly, but we don't know. Maybe some browser make mistakes and they don't display anything, or they display some error message. So what we're going to do is I want to display, instead of and, I want to display and. So I have a special code for this and, that is AMP semicolon and AMP semicolon. So let me save it and let me refresh, and you will see that this and is changed to answer and. You see that? Similarly, I want to change this one as well on the top. So what I can do is I can go up there and I can say and AMP semicolon, save it, and you see here it is changed to and. There is another special character. For example, I want to bring some spaces between Lakeland and Reed. Okay, I have many spaces here. So let's see on the page, but it did not display any space here because it ignores all extra spaces. So if that is the situation, then I have to use the special code and non-breakable space semicolon. You see that? And now I can copy and I can paste 6 times. So I will be getting 6 spaces now. You see that? I got a space here. Now, for example, I want to have a spaces before the Lakeland, okay? Before the Lakeland. Even if I put spaces here and I save it, Control S, I press the refresh button, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. You see that? So for that matter, I need to add the special code and NBPS. Sorry, N non-breakable space NBSP. So I added 6 of them. I should be having now 6 spaces before the Lakeland. You see that? So these are the special characters that we can use in our web page. So a viewport, this is another interesting part. So it's a meta tag. We are telling the user agent, we are telling the browser, hey, this name, the display of this web page should be according to the screen, whether it's a mobile phone or it's a computer. You know, if we develop a screen for the mobile phone, it will be very small. And if we try to display on a web page, so maybe it displayed in a very small place, you know. maybe it displays in this part only, or from this to this part. So we have to specify, we have to tell the browser, please adjust the screen according to the, adjust the web page according to the screen. So the content is equal to, I can say, width is equal to device width, and the close. Remember one thing very important, that you will see the closing of these tags is always with the slash. Okay, you see here, always with the slash. But we are not going to use any slash here with the meta tag, no matter what. Okay, keep this thing in mind. So this is the viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width. So now it will adjust. If you display the same page on mobile, it will be adjusted according to the mobile. If you display on the computer, it will be adjusted on as per the computer. Validate the HTML code. So we have to go to a web page, and that is validator.w3.org. So is a validator.w3.org. So I'm going to check my web page, debug my web page. So what I can do is I can put the address, if this is a website, I can upload a file, this same file I can upload, or I can copy paste the code inside. So let me copy paste the code inside, and I can say paste, and I will say check the code please. Now computer is going to check the code for me, and he says I didn't find any error or warning because it displayed everything properly. But we know that we are not getting the, so it didn't count it as an error. Computer thinks that I want to display it like that. So I will be using and sign here, so it will be displaying me properly, but otherwise it has no error. So that is how we checked our web page for the content. If there is any error, it will be displayed. So for example, let me make the error. So if I remove this h1 closing, let's see if it picked that closing, and I say check again. Now I think I have to copy paste again. I can put it there, and I can say that check again. Okay, it says that there's an error in the h1, you see here. So we have to be careful that. So that is how we'll find it out, the error. So I can go back and I can put the small after the breakfast, and now I can go back, I can refresh the page, I can bring my code in, copy and paste. So I can, there you go, no error, no warning to show. That's it. So that is how we we validated our web page, and we check the error as well. So how to create the HTML document, how to convert the HTML document into XHTML. The only thing you have to be careful is, if you open the tag, you have to close the tag. This is the main requirement of HTML. You open the h2, you have to close the h2 by slash. For example, if you see here, we have break only one. What I can do is I can bring a break code. So we have a break, this is a break line. Okay, so it will break the line. Now you have to, it doesn't have the closing tag. So we don't have something like BR. No, we don't have this one. So what we can do is we can add the slash here. So this is opening and this is the closing. So this is how you're gonna close. So I can put 2 breakpoint slash close. And if I just refresh the page, you will see that I got 2 extra spaces here. So this is So we have to put the slash to come to be in compliance with XHTML. And another thing that we have to be careful, we have to change the document type here. And we have to specify, we have to add this content. So instead of document type, we have to remove this document type and we have to add this line. The document type is HTML and this whole path. And then we'll be specifying in our HTML tag, hey, the language is English, but we are using XML namespace, that is this one. So this is the only change that you have to make your page, convert your page into XHTML. So these three lines, and then you have to make sure that every tag, closing tag has a slash. Every closing tag has a slash. So this is what you need to do. Now that's it for today. You have the homework that you have to do. This is the visual workshop. You can try to create the web page like that, and then you can see it on the mobile device as well. So kafara majlis, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, Allahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.